hello. Um, I'm posting these videos in a under a playlist that's called live videos. So if you ever see these, go over there onto my channel and have a watch if you want to. That's up to you. Hello, hi. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about like what I'll be doing instead of therapy because therapy doesn't work for me. So if you want to continue watching, then that's cool too. If not, that's all right as well. So basically, I always like making a list. Someone texted me. Oh, Lillian, that's fine. Okay, so, hello, people. I just said to the first person watching that I'll be talking about like my therapy list, what I'll be trying to do instead of therapy because therapy just doesn't work for me. And I suffer from depression and anxiety. So, trigger warning, I don't know if that's necessary, but just depends on what I'll be getting into, I guess. So, yeah. I basically, just a second, I'll rip it off the wall. So I love planning everything in my life because that's what I feel like I have control of. And basically like I go through with things that I want to buy, and then this is my therapy list or instead of therapy list. So basically like at one point I did personal training, and that was really great for like, I think it was 2 months or something that I tried it for. And the problem of that so I did therapy. I've done therapy like a couple times now, and it just doesn't work for me. Like it's like I believe that I have abandonment issues that are unresolved, but that's what I feel like I have. So I did therapy, and there was one lady. I don't recommend bringing in your parents to therapy because that's your personal space, that's your time. So that was one thing I learned. Don't do that. And the second thing was don't let a therapist start late and then finish early because no.
Hello, Diddley.
Hi.
Hello, Pussy.
I'm filming a video.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. That's my dad. That's cool. Anyway, and so I had a therapist that started late because she had another client who went overtime, started late for me, and then finished early. And I was like, that's not okay when you're charging $150 for my time to sit with you and chat. So that was a bit much for me. And then it was basically just like, I'm spilling out all my trauma. And I actually watched a TikToker, I think her name's Peach, and I don't know exactly what her tag is, but she's great, by the way. She was just like, I'm going to give you all my trauma and you're a therapist, so like kind of chat with me. And then they were like, okay, cool. But then also like, this is a bit too much for me. I think you're not worth my time. See you later. And she's like, what? You're a therapist? Anyway. And yeah, so that was my experience with therapy. It just doesn't work for me. And I mean, you know, I could try multiple times, and I just don't want to. So instead of doing that, I changed to personal training, which was exactly like, it was 2 sessions for an hour each. So like 1 hour session each for 2 times a week. And that was $150 equivalent. So I was like, okay, cool. Like this might be worth it. And it really was. It was really, really good for the amount of time that I was there for. And then I did it. And then it was really good, like really good. And I was able to talk to him basically like a therapy session. So I'd chat to him about everything while like working out and stuff. And like, although like it didn't end well, in my personal opinion, it was still like really good. And it was also the fact that I was able to do this gym, like personal training, and because I couldn't go to the gym at the time because the pandemic was like really like kind of in out there, but like we could all go outside, but we just couldn't go in confined areas like a gym because it's all indoors. And so I chose going to this personal training, and then what happened is that they were basically like, look, I'm working 60 hours a week. I got to cut down. Do you want to try this other personal trainer? Like they're really good. And if it doesn't work out, then you can come back to me. And I'm like, okay, no worries. And like, I tried the person and it just didn't work for me. And I also didn't want to go back because I was just like, you've told me that you've got so much on your plate. I don't want to like add more to it by going back to you. So I'll just like kind of leave it. And I was basically like, don't worry about it. Like, it's all good. It's a lot of stuff going on for you, a lot of stuff going on for me. And basically kind of had a bit of abandonment issues from that. And I was just like, okay. It was kind of like, yeah. And then I fell into a little bit of depression again because I was basically like, I went from exercising like 2 to 3 times a week to not doing anything again and just working. And working it's okay. But the thing is that I'm in customer service, and that is a whole other topic. Like, oh my God, I started writing down like a list of things that were happening to me while being in customer service. And let me tell you, we're wearing masks. And this old guy came up to me, and I work in a deli. So we've got like a bench that's not, heaps of space, but it's a little bit. But I'm wearing a mask. This guy's wearing a mask, and he was old, and he pulls down his masks and coughs. And I'm like, that is not how that works, sir. Please don't cough in my face. Cool, thanks. Anyway, I was just like, whatever. Anyway, and so that was my mum. Anyway, and so I'm like, don't cough in my face. Thank you, sir. And then they left and I never saw them again. So that was fun. But anyway, getting back to this list that I was talking about in the start, I ramble and I go off on tangents. So sorry about that. And that's probably the only reason I like to film videos, because then I can edit it and make it shorter and just kind of focus on what I'm talking about. But I just can't be bothered waiting for my battery to charge. And I haven't made a video in 3 months, I think it has been, since October, because I went through like a whole like Oktoberfest thing where I was like, Halloween. And then I got a lot of hate for a lot of videos. So I was just like, okay, never mind. So I have this list and I'm going to read it out. Basically, I like to like put in a list also of what I want to buy. So then I can kind of focus on that list instead of looking online and being like, oh, look, I'm going to buy these shoes. Oh, look, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. And then spending a bunch of money that I really, really didn't need to. But I mean, I still do that anyway. So, just depends on what kind of person you are. So the list that I've got is roller skating, because you know what, getting out in that air, I haven't roller skated ever. Actually, that's a lie. I have roller skated at a rollerway rink in, I think, Geelong somewhere. That was pretty cool. Like when I think I was like 14 or 16 or something. And that was around that time where I was like, yeah, this is fun. But then, you roll around in a circle for an hour or something and then your time's up and you got to leave. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just buy some roller skates and that'll be it. So I bought some roller skates from Kmart. I haven't tried them yet, but I hope they're kind of good. They kind of look good. So, I mean, I'm going to give them a shot one day. I've been kind of putting them off for a while because it means I actually have to go outside in the public and roller skate in front of houses that potentially might see me. And I don't really want to do that just yet because, yeah. And then rock climbing, I also did that when I was like really young because, yeah. But also I just saw it I watched Princess Diaries the other day, and 10 out of 10, if you haven't seen that movie. I am all for a lot of movies. So I have like way too many, and it's because my addiction with DVDs came at a time when we had a DVD store up the street and it was amazing, like amazing. And then they were like, oh yeah, the streaming service is taking over, so there's really no point for us, so we're going to shut down. But we're going to sell all our DVDs for $1. And I was like, give them all to me. So we bought a lot when they were shutting down. And this was like 2016, 2015 or so. Like it was a long time ago, but I love DVDs. So, and also I have this thing about like conspiracy theory, like where someone's just going to steal all my stuff. And I'm like, hang on a minute, that's mine. I bought it all. Don't touch it. I don't know why. But anyway, that's a whole other thing up in here that I don't really know what to think about. So roller skating, rock climbing, and then going to the gym. I have a gym membership, so I really need to start going back to that. And I bought pants, and when you buy some exercise pants, they just give you this whole thing that is just like, I need to go back to the gym. And I was at the gym for a good 3 months, I think, January to March, and then Corona hit, and I was just like, cool. So that wasn't fun. Anyway, and then nutrition expert, but that's only because I'm a size 14 to 16 and I would like to go back to an 8, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. And also, I don't mind it. I just don't like my stomach area, and that's fine too. So, I got to work on self-love. So there's that too. And then a shopping spree because, I love to spend my money. And, therapy shopping, retail therapy, you got to add that in sometimes. Horse riding because, sometimes getting out there in nature and on a horse is nice. And also, I watched a lot of movies, always watch movies, but I watched a few movies where like horses were really good therapy animals too. They can just feel you and sense you and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then a cheap getaway. So, we can't really do that now, but maybe camping or sometime in the future because, that's kind of cheap and I can just pull up my car and just sit there and do absolutely nothing for like 3 days. Go go-karting because, that's cool. And we can't really speed in cars. Well, we're not allowed to speed on, the regular roads. So why not just speed in a little go-kart? And then rally car racing. I reckon that would be a cool experience to have, like dirt racing in a rally car. I love movies like that too, where I'm just like, I'm inspired because it's always a female driver. It's like Herbie and this other movie I don't remember, but it was pretty good. It was on Netflix. But yeah, it was a good time. I feel like that would be something that I would enjoy a lot because I always wanted to ride motorbikes and all that stuff too. But I've never broken a bone and I don't know if I want to, but I mean, not on purpose, but accidentally, like, whatever. And then learn manual driving because I know how to drive automatic and that's fine. But the people that I have dated in the past, and no, obviously it doesn't mean that I'll date them again in the future. So, there's really no point in doing this, but I like to learn things that are just strange. And driving manual isn't strange, but I just feel like having that extra knowledge would be great because if I had a partner who drove only manual, then I could drive him home if he decided to get intoxicated because he drank too much or got high. And, that's cool too. So, yeah. And also, I wouldn't break his car because I'd know how to actually drive it. So that was my list, and I'll probably keep adding to it. But maybe I'm going to try and do some of these things in 2021. But also, who knows, because I still have 5 units left in uni before I graduate. And I am kind of nervous about hopefully getting those done. I mean, it's not so much the getting them done, it's the passing part that I'm worried about. Like, I want to pass. I don't want to keep doing this stuff and stretching it out further than I already have. Basically stretch it out an extra year. So it was only 3 years and now I'm doing it for 4. But that's only because mental health. And, I want to make sure that I am okay and sane for doing these assignments and classes. And I also, again, put work over uni. So I'd rather have the money than have the piece of paper that tells me that I'm good at something that I can probably prove to everyone by showing a folio worth of stuff. So that's me personally. But anyway, and that basically wraps up this video. Thank you for the 2 people who actually stayed and watched. So yeah, if you want to subscribe to my channel, I don't know where you can click the button, whatever, down below. I think it is like this video. It doesn't really do much for me at the moment because I only have 88 subscribers. And if you are one of them or both of them, then thank you already because, yeah, your girl struggles with YouTube stuff. So yeah, but it's more of a mental health thing that I struggle with. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope it's 9:46 p.m. for me right now. So I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you guys are. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.